morning, I'm Leanne Young. Thanks for joining us. Dozens of Sikhs protested outside the Indian consulate in Vancouver today, demanding justice. They joined rallies in Toronto and Ottawa at the Indian High Commission. The calls come a week after Prime Minister Justin Trudeau accused the Indian government of playing a role in the murder of Sikh activist and Surrey Gurdwara president Hardeep Singh Nijjar. As Lindsay Duncombe reports, the demonstrators demanded that India be held accountable.
For Sikh activists, new urgency for a familiar cause. Hardeep Singh Nijjar, the man who used to lead protests like this, now memorialized on posters. His death, the reason for the collapse of relations between India and Canada.
We're here standing in his legacy and to tell the Indian state today that this type of act of terror against Canada's sovereignty, against a Canadian citizen, the Sikhs will never accept.
It's been a week since Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said there are credible allegations India was potentially involved in Nijjar's death. The activist for an independent Sikh state was gunned down outside a Surrey Gurdwara in June. India viewed him as a terrorist. To the dozens of protesters here, he was a hero.
I call out all the Indian people, all the Hindu brothers, please go watch other newsies. Don't get your brain washed by the Indian media.
There are signs that some people are worried at this protest. They don't want to be identified. They're covering their faces. There was a warning sent out to participants saying to beware of agitators that might come and spark violence. We haven't seen any evidence of that.
Anger at India was echoed at protests in Toronto and Ottawa.
And we will not stop until Punjab is liberated from India.
Not all Canadian Sikhs share that view, though. The idea of an independent state divides the community, and some of the most powerful voices for it are in Canada, says this professor.
Across the diaspora, only in Canada is it a live and visible and powerful issue.
Today's protests were loud, but not large. Dozens in each city. They want to see a public inquiry into Nijjar's death. Calls they say they intend to continue. Lindsay Duncombe, CBC News, Vancouver.
Ottawa's diplomatic fight with India is causing growing concern in India's Punjab region. Some in the Sikh majority state fear they could be caught in the middle of rising tensions. India has already suspended visa services for Canadians. The concern in Punjab is that Canada could do the same. And as Salima Shivji reports, that would be another blow to the many families and students who travel between the two countries.
On the streets of Amritsar in the heart of Punjab, there's a quiet unease over the diplomatic tensions between India and Canada. Newspaper vendor Ashok Kumar and just about everyone else who stops at his stand are anxious to hear how India is responding to Canada's bombshell, that it has credible intelligence that New Delhi was involved in the killing of a Canadian Sikh activist on Canadian soil. This shouldn't be happening, he says. It's baseless speculation, and the spat will hurt regular people most of all. It's the pain of not knowing where the tensions will go that troubles many here. After India stopped issuing visas to Canadians, some fear Canada will do the same.
I really felt worried about it. I'm still worried about it.
Ramandeep Kaur dreams of studying nursing, one of tens of thousands of students, many from Punjab, who try for visas to Canada every year.
I apply for it. So I don't know what will happen in the future about this issue.
That same fear is weighing heavily on Sarabjit Kesar, the day before she leaves to visit her sons, both students in Canada. Her friend, also the mother of 2 Canadian residents, is making anxious calls trying to dissect the news. Everyone feels depressed like me, she says.
It's a fear, like some such type of the thoughts coming in our like, okay, what happened in the future?
It's not just anxiety about economic consequences. Many here in Punjab worry this will breathe new life into the Khalistani movement abroad. Most here don't even want to talk about it. Support for an independent Sikh state is that low.
Outside Amritsar's Golden Temple, disappointment that the global spotlight is now on a separatist movement that has little traction here.
It's just disheartening because of these things. some people who don't have any kind of knowledge, they just start hating us. They just portray a picture of Sikhs, then all the Sikhs are Khalistanis.
He says that's far from the truth, as many here feel caught in a political game with very real consequences.